Hi fellow traders, I hope everybody had a great day trading. It's kind of a crazy day for me. The market just wasn't there like I wanted it to be. I wanted more from it and it wasn't giving more. But we'll take a look at that here in a minute. First thing I want to remind you of is on Wednesday. We're having our sneak peek Wednesday. You could come in starting about 8:30. I'll start live streaming on my YouTube channel and run to about 10:30, 11. That's what we've done the last 2 weeks. So you could come in, get a sneak peek of what it's like every day in our education chat room. It's all about learning how to trade, learning how to develop the right habits. And I'm streaming my trading platform live, and you'll hear my thoughts as I take trades. So you could just pop into my YouTube channel on Wednesday morning about 8:30, or you can go there now, or you're here now if you're watching this video. Subscribe and you'll be notified when I go live. Another thing I want to remind you, or not remind you about, but let you know, I am putting together this webinar on how to trade with SureTrader. I'll record it either tomorrow or Wednesday. I didn't get time to finish working on it tonight, but it's going to share with you the things that you need to be looking out for, the things that you should and shouldn't do to ensure that you make money with SureTrader. Now, I've been almost 2 years now in the chat room. I stream my SureTrader platform. Yeah, we've had issues with buying power, that glitch. But as long as you know what you're doing and you know what to look out for and how to manage your trading in SureTrader, you can make money. I proved that to you, and I've been proving it over almost the last 2 years, live streaming. So, the question I get a lot is, when you talk about you need to trade a certain way, what do you mean? So this is going to answer that question. So look out for that one day this week. Alright, so let's take a look at the market today. Now, yesterday, if you're in the community, if you were in a swing trade watch list session yesterday, or you got this to watch the video of it, we closed below the 200 on Friday, and I was looking for a strong move today down to this ascending support. You can see when we had the massive sell-off, this is where we bounced, and I was expecting another pullback to this before we bounced. And if we got a good volatile pullback today, I was definitely looking at trading TVIX. I'm only going to trade that when I suspect volatility is in the air. That's the only time I ever trade it. And so I want you guys to know and to understand it's a volatility ETN. The only time you should really trade it is when you have volatility in the market. And today it started out pretty good, but it went away really quick. So didn't get a whole lot of follow through in the market on my trades. I mean, both trades, going back looking at how far the stock had moved. I mean, I was up $500-600 on both trades, it looks like, but it never reached that first profit target. And I'm not watching the P&L, so I'm waiting for it to hit the profit target. I guess if I was watching the P&L, I probably would have taken half off when I got over $500 or $600. But then I made I made a mistake in managing the trade, which in turn worked out to my advantage because it allowed me to make money versus lose money. So we'll talk about that as well. But tomorrow, I would expect the SPY to sell off to this level. Probably won't be enough volatility for me to trade TVIX. We'll just have to wait and see. Now, I can't really speculate, but I would have liked to move from here to here today, but we just could not get it. So here's the SPY this morning. You can see nice, really nice volatile move down. And obviously I wasn't looking at TVIX. I should have been locked and loaded on that because of what I was thinking. But I ended up taking BABA for some reason. I don't know. But I ended up taking it. So I missed this move. But I did catch it. Later on. But the problem is I didn't get that big of a move. You can see it started chopping. I missed this move here. Went to catch the secondary move, and it just was a choppy mess, is what it turned out to be. So you'll see on this TVIX trade, you can see where I bought it, and then here was that pullback, a little pullback, and I held on to it. We just could not get back above. I was trying to get it to 45. We couldn't. Had I taken some profit here, that would have been a nice catch. But it pulled back on me, so I ended up having to take it off here. So locked in some profit on this, only 131. But I could have had a really nice day if I had just taken it off up here. But there was no reason to. That wasn't my plan. So if it wasn't my plan, looking in hindsight really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I followed my plan. When I realized we were coming back or rolling over, I just went ahead and took it off. So that was TVIX. BABA, this is the one that I jumped in on that big sell-off. I did get in here. This was not so much an opening range breakdown, but it was a decent trade, a decent look. So I got in, huge sell-off. It bounced a little bit, sold off again. Going by this, I was up $600-700 at one point. And then it started to bounce. I noticed the shift in momentum on the price action. If you were in the room, you heard me talking about it. And you heard what I was thinking, and telling myself that if it does this, I'm going to just go ahead and kill it. And, that's what happened. That's why I noticed the change. And this is why reading price action is the most important, most fundamental thing you need to learn about trading, because that's going to tell you more than any indicator or anybody else can tell you. Reading the price action is, that skill is what you need. And then once you do that, you'll be able to feel when something is changing. You'll know exactly what to look for, and it'll give you that feeling that you need to get out. So not a huge day today, but the mistake I made on this was supposed to be me just getting in and letting it sell off the rest of the day. That's what it was supposed to be, an all-day hold. But I didn't. When I flipped this account over into the live stream, and I took the SureTrader one off, then I started looking at this on a 5-minute candle, a 5-minute chart. These, you set it on a 60-minute chart, you set your stop and you forget it. And had I done that, I would have been stopped out. As you can see, I would have, my first target was down here, just through the 200, which we couldn't quite hit. Then I had one down here at 145, and but I would have had to put the stop up here, and I would have ended up stopping out. So taking profit here turned out to be a smart thing. You can see only 319.84 for the day in this, but I was trading it the wrong way. And this is a rare occasion where trading it the wrong way actually turned out to be the best thing for me, because I was able to make a couple bucks on it. Alright, so this is the only small account trade I took, and I couldn't catch anything in the morning, so I waited until after lunch, which I usually do sometimes. And this, and I just kind of joked about it in chat, but this was the sweetest bait I have ever tasted in my life. This was a nice bait in. We got below the green to red line. This was yesterday's close price, and I was waiting for it to break this. So I got in, and sure enough, this thing dipped down, which even if I had waited for this candle, could have triggered my entry anyway. So even though I did get in on this break and then wait for the confirmation, I still would have been stopped out. But this thing recovered and pushed back and stopped me out. And you can see we kind of rejected the 50 here. Here we rejected the VWAP. And, let me qualify, since I mentioned VWAP, let me clarify the statement I made a couple days ago. VWAP, I didn't say VWAP was insignificant. There are some stocks that still follow it, but the significance it had back in 2015 is non-existent right now. I used to trade off of it almost every day. It was an easy trade, but I think a lot of the funds and investment banks that use that indicator probably realized they weren't making what they needed to make, because us retail traders knew how they used it. So they changed the game. But in this case, you can see VWAP was, well, I don't know if you could say VWAP or the 50 here. Is one of these. It rejected the 50 here, but then it did get up and kind of reject VWAP. But this time, I was going to get in a little bit earlier, which did, work out pretty good. I didn't get a chance to take another snapshot of this chart because 12 o'clock came up quicker than I anticipated. But this was the second entry that I took, and I ended up taking it off the second time it came down and tried to break this level, and it couldn't do it. That's when I went ahead and took it off. The trade was pretty much a scratch with the exception of commissions. So I think I lost about $24, $25 altogether on this. But I don't look at my P&L, I just guesstimate. I don't look at it until the end of the week, because I don't want to look at it during the week. It will cause me to do stupid things. Take too many chances, try to force trades, and I don't want to do that. So for me, out of sight, out of mind, I'm not trying to think about what the balance is. I'm just thinking about making money every day. So as you can see, I just didn't get any of the follow through that I wanted. Everything kind of happened early, so by the time I got in or got engaged, we just didn't get the big follow through. So it was more like a scalp, which I don't really look to do, but sometimes it ends up that way. So that's gonna do it for me. That was my day in a nutshell. We're gonna go right back after it again tomorrow. See if we can pull some more green out of the market. But don't forget, Wednesday we're having our sneak peek Wednesday. So just shoot on over to, or come back to this channel, and you'll see me when I go live. Alright, and look out for the SureTrader video. That's gonna be, I'm almost finished with it, so I'm thinking I should be able to finish it tomorrow sometime, and potentially do the recording tomorrow night or Wednesday. So keep an eye out for that. So you guys have a great night, a great evening, and I will see you guys in the morning.